Hey guys, welcome to our team call. Tonight we want to talk to you guys about leveraging a sneak peek. And one of the most important things when we are getting in the mindset or getting ready to do a sneak peek is making sure that we're in the right mindset. With that, what we mean is we know that inviting can be really difficult for people. A lot of people have blocks when it comes to that. A lot of people, they really just don't go out there and invite. You know, you might have that rare person who just is invite. But for the rest of us, the majority of us, inviting can be a scary thing. So getting in the right mindset is very important before we head into a sneak peek. And the most important thing to know within yourself when you're going into a sneak peek or when you're inviting somebody to the business opportunity is, do you believe? Do you believe in Beachbody? Do you believe in what we're doing as coaches? Do you believe in our products? If you do believe 100% in the business opportunity that we are offering people, then you shouldn't have that block there. You shouldn't be afraid to ask somebody if they want to learn more about it, because you really are presenting a gift. I know I have a picture out there. Andrea has a picture out there. You know, we have our hands open and it says this business is a gift. And like, we just want to give it away, or this opportunity is a gift. I just want to give it away. So really focus on your mindset anytime before you start inviting, whether it's to a sneak peek or just to, for somebody to learn more about the coaching opportunity. If you believe in what we do, then there should be no question about having that confidence to go and invite people onto this journey.
Absolutely. I find it helpful when I talk to someone as if I don't benefit from it at all. Like, what would I tell them if I didn't benefit from this whatsoever? And in the beginning, I had friends that were signed up under Andrea, so I was able to kind of help talk to them about coaching, knowing that it wasn't going to benefit me at all. And that's how I first started learning how to invite. So put yourself in that mindset too. And bring the joy when you're talking to people. You don't want to be like, hey, you want to come see this sneak peek? I don't know. We got this thing going on. You want to come? It's not going to work. So like Jenni said, find what works for you, but like find your happiness, find your purpose with it, and be joyful when you're talking to people. A lot of times people, I'm talking to them and they'll ask how I'm doing. And I'm like, I'm amazing because I have this opportunity to work with women on a daily basis and help them improve their lives. I mean, like, I'm amazing because of this, So bring your joy when you get ready to talk to people in your conversations, happy and excited. And you know what? Mindset is a big part of this, is focusing on the positive. And I think we all feel happier and healthier when we have a positive mindset anyway. So the first step when leveraging a sneak peek is update your list of 100 from the misFIT planner. So all of you guys that have printed out the misFIT planner or have gotten one from one of us, there's a page in there where it walks you through writing down your list of 100 people. So I actually recently just updated mine because I've been coaching for a while. So I have my whole list here that I went through, and I actually highlighted all of the people on it that I thought would make a good coach candidate. So update your list of 100 before you walk into the sneak peek. If you already have one, just update it. If you haven't done one yet, do it. Absolutely. Okay. And Jenni, you were going to talk about, oh no, I'm talking about it. Sorry. So next we're going to talk about warm market versus cold market. And this is, warm market are the people that you're already friends with, that you've already been talking to, you've already messaged back and forth, or friends, family, all that. So the first step for this is to be following up with the people that are in your warm market. Maybe that's people that have rejected you in the past, maybe pricing or timing, or maybe the conversation just dried up. So follow up with those people to get the conversation flowing again. You're not just going to send them a message saying, hey, do you want to be in the sneak peek? Unless it feels like that person values that upfront approach to it, you're going to reignite the conversation, ask them how their trip went, ask them if their child is recovered from being sick, like different things that you see on their timeline. Start the conversation back that way by having a true interest in them and their life. Because if we go straight for do you want to be in the sneak peek, it sounds like we don't have their best interest at heart. And anyone that we're inviting to coaching, we have their best interest at heart. We all know what this business does for us, and we want to invite them to take part in that as well. Think of the people that you think would be a fantastic coach. Maybe you see them posting fitness things or healthy recipes on their Facebook page, and they would be an amazing coach because they would have the opportunity to get paid to do what they're already doing. Maybe it's someone that needs the extra accountability. Like for me, I really needed people to keep me in check. And for the people that I'm helping, I'm willing to bypass some of the trigger foods that I wouldn't otherwise. But just for myself, I have a harder time. So maybe you see someone that needs that extra accountability. Maybe that person is in a great position to help others. Maybe their network is huge and you see that they could really have an insane ripple effect by helping people. And then like Jenni had brought this one up when we were brainstorming what we wanted to talk to you guys about. She invites people that have been really supportive to her on her own personal journey. So that's a great way to reach out to those types of people in your warm network that you're already interacting with.
Yeah, and just to touch a little bit more on what Lorelei was saying about, when you're inviting people genuinely, if you are inviting them and you're telling these, we have all these scripts for inviting your warm network. And when you're telling somebody and you're saying, hey, I want you to check this out because you'd be so good for this reason. Like the examples that she said, you'd be so good because you have a really big network and you could really change a lot of lives. Or you'd be really great because whatever reason. You can message 50 people, and if every person of those 50 people you message them genuinely, then you're giving them a compliment, basically. So we just watched a training in our Entrepreneur Academy, and it was Bonnie Engel, and she said when she was a medical rep, she wasn't a pharmaceutical rep, it was some sort of medical something rep, like I think it was a medical supply rep. And she said when recruiters would come to her and say, you'd be so great at this job, it made her feel good. Mm-hmm. So if we take away any ick factor that we have about inviting people, and we are genuinely complimenting them on why they'd be good at this, and we believe that reason, because you shouldn't just make up a reason, hey, you'd be good at this because you have, long hair and so does most of the top coaches, like that's BS. But if you tell somebody the reasons like Lorelei just said, and you say, you'd be really good at this because you're a genuine person, like you are very genuine. That's like my coach Amber. I think one of her key things is that she is so genuine. People trust her. So if she says, this is working for me and it'll work for you, like that means something. It really does. So if she tells somebody else who already views her as genuine, you'd be really good at this because you're genuine and people will listen to what you have to say. Then you have taken away that ick factor and you've complimented them, because this goes back to what I said in the beginning. If you believe in what we are doing, then you've just opened this opportunity up to change somebody's life. So as long as you're genuine in those transactions and in what you're inviting them, like it should be no problem. It should be like a no-brainer for inviting your warm network. Because if you know them well enough to know what their strengths are, if you follow them on Facebook enough, if they're a newer person to your warm network, there should be no reason that you can't reach out to them with a genuine reason why they brought this business. Because everybody comes in this business with different strengths and weaknesses. So that's like I said, that's a no-brainer. So that's my added rambling to Lorelei's. Sorry.
No, you're really good. I forgot to even say that, when we are inviting people, it is like, this is why I thought of you, is what we always tell them. It's not like hey, I'm trying to reach a quota. I get these messages from people in direct sales, like, I'm trying to reach this quota that my upline gave me. Can you help me out? I'm like, this has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me.
The best one I got, and my response got me unfriended, was, hey, my husband doesn't think I could be successful at this. Will you buy something from me to prove him wrong?
No.
My response was very genuine and very nice, but she didn't like it, so she unfriended me.
I have actually offered to help mentor people so that they could build more relationships with people. It's my normal response.
Well, I told her, I said, you know what? We've been friends for about 3 years now. I said, the company that you work for has really good products. And I don't even know the company that well, but I said, I can think off the top of my head 5 products, and I don't even know the company that well, that would be good for me, that you could have wrote me and said, hey, I know that you do A, B, and C. So we've got these products that would be really great for you. Would you be interested in trying any of them? Have you tried any of them? They'd be great for you. And I would have been like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like, you totally acknowledge the fact that I like to cook. And so because you acknowledge I like to cook, that means that you've now related to me. And now you're recommending a product that I could really use in my life. maybe I will make that purchase because I'm all about supporting other people. But when you say, my husband doesn't think I'll be successful, you know, like buy for me, I'm just like, no, you've just actually discounted yourself, your business, and the fact that you've just told me that your husband doesn't believe in you, so why should I? Mm-hmm. And you've told me nothing about your products, so for all I know, you're trying to sell me garbage from your street. Like, you know, anyways. So moving on. Now I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about your when you're inviting your cold market. And basically what your cold market is, it's people that basically when you put an ad out there and they might be like a friend of a friend that sees it, or if you're putting ads in like buy sell trade pages or network marketing pages that allow for ads or networking. So with those, there's going to be it's a big difference because anytime, and you've heard this from day one of your training, with your trainings, it's all about building relationships. Whether those lead to sales is a different story. That's down the line. So when you have somebody who comes to you, like for me, I run ads on my business page, or I post in groups that allow marketing. And somebody will comment and be like, yeah, I want more information. The first thing I do is I ask them like a series of questions. I have a Q&A back and forth. I'm like, hey, tell me a little bit about yourself. I really want to get, if I'm invited to a sneak peek, I want to get to know you over this week. Tell me about your life. Like, are you married? Do you have kids? You know, things I can probably spy on their Facebook, and I usually do, but I also want to hear it from their mouths. And then my last question to them is, what drew you to respond to my post? Because I want to know if I'm working with somebody who their response might be because I want to get healthy. So I know to gear my responses to them towards the accountability side of coaching. Like, you need to show up for yourself so that your network shows up for themselves, or so that they know that you're consistent. Or are they there because they're like, I really love helping people? Then I can focus on the passion and what we do in this business to really reach out and help people and change lives on both sides, on the fitness side, and then also on training coaches and mentoring new coaches. Or do they say, well, it was an income post, and I like the way that your money grew in this last year. And then I know to show them more about the opportunity, because and I make sure I tell them, I say, what drew you to my post? There's no wrong answer, because there is not. We're all motivated by different things, but to get any of those certain goals, I always say, if your goal is to make money in this business, you cannot make money without helping the people. If your goal is to help all the people, by helping all the people, you're going to make all the money. So they go hand in hand. And with both of those comes the accountability of yourself. So finding out where they lay from the get-go is perfect, because then you know what direction to steer the conversations from there on out. Another thing that we do with our cold market, I'm checking my notes because I don't want to leave anything out, because we got good stuff here for you. When you are having those interactions, I forget how it was referred to, but it's basically like a pass and play. You want to make sure that before you actually get to the invite of the sneak peek or the invite of the coaching opportunity, that you've gone back and forth at least 5 times, that you've had a Q&A where you've gone back and you asked them a question, they responded, you found a new question to ask them, back and forth. That builds that bond. It really is about relationships. And when you're dealing with your cold network, that relationship has to form. You have to find some mutual common ground a lot faster than somebody who you went to high school with, or somebody that, in my case, another military spouse, somebody who you see at the commissary all the time or whatever. So you really have to make that bond and figure out where you guys have a commonality, because you want to care about them and you want them to care about you also. So building that relationship, super quick. So make sure you have those interactions back and forth. This can be done in different ways. You can actually do a coach application, which we've talked about before. And the good thing about the coach application is, oh my goodness. The good thing about the coach application is that you would ask questions on there to kind of find out what level they're at. You'd ask them about their home life. And so then, I can't tell you how many times I've talked to somebody from my cold network. I'm like, oh, tell me about yourself. And they're like, I have 3 kids. And then it's like, okay, how old are your kids? 3, 4, and 6. Okay, do they have names? But the thing is, and it's not that they're necessarily trying to be rude, it's that they don't realize that you genuinely want to know about them, because they don't see this side of things. They don't see us on this call, 15 minutes before we got started, and then, 30 minutes afterwards, we're bonding together and we really are just like a family. They don't see that. So when we say, oh, do you have kids? They think that we just want wham, bam, the answer. But it's like, I want to know everything about you. And so you kind of have to draw it out there. But if you have that coach application, you have them fill out, you can kind of refer to that, because you've already asked them these questions. You're like, oh, I see you have 3 kids. Like, what grades are they in? Even if they tell you their ages, that doesn't necessarily tell you what grade they're in. Then you can say, oh, you have 3 kids. I have, if you have kids, whatever. Finding that relation. And then you'll also ask questions about coaching, like what I said before. What appeals to you about coaching? What do you think you'll be strongest at? What do you think will be your weaknesses? Things like that. And that just opens up more conversation, because a lot of times they're not going to know what coaching is. So they might put, oh, my strength is I'm a people person. But then you can draw that out. What do you mean you're a people person? Like, do you like to talk to people, or do you, what? And you can just really use that coach application as a way to draw in and dig deeper for them. I already said that. Coach application, best play. I think.
Yeah, you got it good. I wanted to tell you guys, Jenni and I will sometimes talk, we're talking to someone and I'll get someone that gives me 1-word answers to everything. And that's, guys, is when I say a little bit of my soul floats away into the universe, because it's oh, what do I say next? Don't give up on these people, because I have recently had someone that was giving me these 1-word answers. She was very, very protective with her answers. She was guarded. And sometimes these are the people that need us the most. It can be very frustrating to talk to them when they're not passing the ball back with us. They're the basketball thing that she had said, passing the ball back 5 times. Sometimes they don't play that game with us, and that's okay. Don't give up on them. Those are the great people to send that coach application, like Jenni said, to, or to keep finding ways to relate to them. Stalk their Facebook page, like Jenni said. We get paid to stalk people, basically, is what's happening here. But, you're finding a way to relate to them on a personal level, and because we do value people more than the paycheck, that's something that we do. So what do you do once they've agreed to join our group? Make sure that you are interacting with them in the group. You're interacting with other people, because here's the thing. They're going to get a chance to see how you coach, and you want them to be your next rock star coach, right? You want someone that's going to make this crazy, amazing ripple effect. And in order for them to do that, they have to see you doing that. So in the group, we have these 3-day groups. That means for 3 days, you are committing to checking in on that group at least once, to interact with other people, to uplift them, to show them what our community is like. Our community of coaches is a supportive one. We all genuinely want to see each other succeed. Like Jenni says, we would love for you guys to out-success us. There's nothing we want more than to help you in such a way that you completely steam past us. That's what we want. And so we have to show them that. They don't know that. They think we are looking for a paycheck, and we're not. The paycheck helps free up time so that we can sit here on this computer and drink wine together. Yes, the paycheck helps. But in reality, we want to create this insane ripple effect of change, of positive thinking, and of help. So show them that. They don't know. They really don't know. They see the company and they see corporate. They don't see us as people. So what I like to do is set an alarm in my phone so that I know every night or whatever to comment on the posts that are in that group and to interact with them, not even just the person. So sometimes we'll have someone that really bears their soul in one of our groups, and no one comments on it. Everyone goes in there and tags their own person that commented, but that one person is left to drift. That can't happen, guys. It cannot happen. We have to support everything. Go ahead, Jenni. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we have some girls on our team who are so good at what she's talking about right now. They go in there and they comment and they interact. They will be on the thread, and there'll be like 5 or 6 people who comment. They will comment to every single person there. And then you can tell they went away from their computer for a few hours. They will come back and they will interact with every single person between there. This is what we need to be doing. If somebody comments something that speaks to you, that you can relate to, you need to be interacting on that, because that's where we show them this culture that we have right here, not just the people that you invited to the sneak peek. Sorry, I had to chime in, because like we do have a couple people on on our team that are rock stars at that, and we all need to follow their suit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We all do. And it's something special when someone gets pulled into the group and they're interacting with other people, and then they feel like, this is an environment I would love to be in. And, you know, one of the videos we do is our why, and our whys are strong, guys. I mean, like the why we want to help people is strong. And so people see our example and they comment these, like, they're bearing their souls to us. That's a gift. We have to acknowledge the gift that was given to us and respond in a way that you would respond to someone who has given you a gift. And we have to interact. We don't drop people in a group, guys. We don't. We invite them into our circle and make sure they feel the love that they're going to feel when they become a coach.
Exactly. Treat everybody in that sneak peek as if it was the misFIT Republic team page. Mm-hmm. That is like, that's what we're trying to give them. You know, if somebody commented or wrote something, and especially sometimes in those sneak peeks, people get really deep and they get really, you know, and they allow themselves to be very vulnerable. And that's one of the things I always thank my new coaches, and I tell my team and my challengers, I thank them for allowing me to be a part of their journey. And I've said this a million times, so if you're not a new coach, just bear with me, but I can't say it enough. People are trusting us with their most vulnerable selves, you guys. They are trusting us either on their fitness journey, or they're trusting us to lead them to success. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, we are all a new coach at some time. Some of us are still brand new coaches, but you are trusting the person that you signed up with to lead you on success. That makes you vulnerable. So I trust and I honor any coach who signs up under me on my team, like that they are allowing me that opportunity. Or say a challenger is coming to you and they're saying, I see what you're doing and I trust you're going to help me do the same. They're opening up their vulnerableness. And just thinking of the challenge groups, I know we're talking about sneak peeks and recruiting right now, but on the challenger side, like, we've all had weight struggles. That's what we're here for, that we want to change our body. Even if it's like you want to get fit or you want to get toned or whatever, that's still, you didn't like something about your body. How hard is it to admit that to out loud, you know? And so now we're inviting people to this business opportunity where they're going to be dealing with that too. So that vulnerability is like, you know, it's key. And those sneak peeks, some people can get really vulnerable in there. And we want to make sure we're all supporting them. Or even if they're not getting super vulnerable and sentimental, but they're having a good time and they're bringing the joy and they're having fun, then we want to party right there with them and show them that we do, that we hang out, you know, we party, we genuinely care about each other. There's not one person on this call that I don't care about on a personal level. Like, anybody watching this, like, anybody can come to me and ask me whatever, you know, and I go to other coaches, other leaders all the time and ask their opinion or advice on certain things. So there's this team and this family that we want to make sure we're presenting to them. So what I'm going to touch on before we kind of wrap it up is part of our troubleshooting series is that we want to prevent overwhelm for people in the sneak peek. So I know that when we're in a sneak peek, a lot of times the tendency is to post the welcomes. You know, we post the welcomes on the wall, like, everyone please welcome so-and-so to the group. Everyone goes, well, that makes I'm sorry, that made that sound like it wasn't important to welcome people, but it is. The content. Yeah, just the content for the group that everybody needs to see can get pushed down. If you have 15 people welcoming people on that sneak peek page, now that welcome post for the video of what to expect is now to the bottom. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we're welcoming people on that thread. So this also goes back to what Lorelei said. Make sure you are going on there. You don't have to like tag everyone above your comment and say, welcome, you know, welcome Sarah, welcome, you know, blah, 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 welcome. Just say, welcome everybody, you know, all up there, and do that a couple times. Be like, oh my gosh, party, like everybody's in here, welcome. Just go in there a few times on that thread, just welcome people, like all those things with the tags, the coaches tags of people, just a like, because they're going to get a notification every time that happens. And it's going to say, so-and-so liked the comment that you're tagged in, so-and-so liked the comment that you're tagged in. And so they're going to feel welcomed. Now, the second side of that is not making them feel overwhelmed is making sure that you're messaging them. Sometimes we have it in the group on how to turn the notifications off, but if we don't, make sure you're messaging them that, hey, this group can get a little crazy with the posts or the tags and the comments. So if you want to turn the notifications off, make sure they know how to do that. Before I was a military spouse, I didn't know what a Facebook group was. And so I didn't know notifications. All of a sudden I just was getting some notifications. I didn't even know what a Facebook group was. So it was like 3 years ago. Then I joined Beachbody. Then I really got to know what a group was with all the different groups that I'm in. And your notifications go crazy. So I have all my notifications set to different things. So make sure you're letting them know how they can change those notifications. Say you can turn the notifications off so that but just make sure you're checking in daily, and I'll make sure I'll tag you in the post. But if it gets overwhelming, or if you want to see everything we're doing in there, just keep them on. Just know that you're probably going to get quite a few in a day. Just prepare them for that, because we don't want them to be, overwhelmed. Lastly is, this was because Lorelei and I talked about this earlier in the week. And so when we were going over our notes earlier, I was like, do you know what this means? And she's like, I have no idea. And I was like, why would I not write it better? Like, why would I take notes so bad? And then we were talking through things, and then it revealed itself. So what we were talking about was take out the grays.
And everyone's like, what does that mean?
I was like, what does that mean? So take out the grays. One thing that crud. Backtrack in a second. I had an add on to what you were saying.
You're gonna let them guess what take out the gray means?
I'm gonna finish take on the gray. I'm gonna finish take on the gray, and then I'm gonna go back to the Lindsay example for.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so take out the gray, you guys. When we've all been in sneak peeks, and sometimes people do remove themselves from the sneak peek.
Yeah, they just decide it's just not the right fit for them, which is totally fine.
Yeah, and that's fine, because this business is not for everybody. If it was for everybody, we would have a super saturated market and none of us would be making a dime. So it's okay that it's not for everybody. And sometimes it's just not right now. Or sometimes we've even had it where somebody's so overwhelmed with those notifications, they're just like, I didn't know where to look. I didn't know, it's just not for them. And Lorelei is actually going to touch on that in a little bit. Or is it me? I don't know. One of us is going to talk about that. I don't know. One of us will.
I will.
So, we'll cover that. So if you notice that somebody that you invited to the sneak peek is no longer in the sneak peek, we ask that you go through and edit. Say like you have 5 girls in the sneak peek, and you tag them in the daily posts. And then the one leaves, and so her name is going to be gray. So go back through to that comment, edit it, and delete their name so there's not a gray. And the reason being is that when you have that gray there, and you have all these people who are intrigued, interested, listening, they are now seeing that person did not find value in this opportunity. It's just a small little thing, you guys. It's just really small and tiny. Just take that gray out, just because it's not for everybody, and we respect that it's not for everybody. We don't want that person, just by removing them from the group, planting a negative seed in somebody else's head. Now, if that person spent 2 days in there, maybe they commented and did the assignments, contact the admin and ask them to delete their comments, just so that we don't have we just don't want to feed the negativity, basically. It's something so small, but for a certain person or a certain personality type, it could be like the deal breaker. If they're the person who commented after them, and then they see that, or they're scrolling the comments and seeing what people said, and they see like all these grays, and they're like, that person left, that person left, that person left, that person left. And then any insecurities or fears they had about that, they might be like, oh, they probably left because of this. They probably left because of that. And they could talk themselves out of the opportunity. So that's a little small tweak that we can do as coaches. So simple, so easy. And we should be keeping tabs on them anyways. You should also write that person. This is what I do. I write them and say, I understand this isn't for everybody. Can I ask why you removed yourself from the group? And just to get their feedback. They're like, oh, I don't like sales, or oh, I don't like shakes, or whatever. And actually what that does also is it allows you the opportunity to talk to them about that objection. They still might not sign up, but at least you have that chance to clarify for them without the pressure, whatever it was that had them leave the group.
Yeah.
So That's a great thing too. What I want to touch on, or did you want to go, Lorelei, since it was your point?
Right. Oh, yeah. So one thing we wanted to talk to you guys about is trying to find out who is the right fit for jumping into the sneak peek, which is 3 days. I mean, they'll get little videos, they'll get little snippets of coaching. They'll also get like a what is coaching video, and they'll really get to experience the culture of Beachbody coaching. And there's a difference between a person that will really enjoy that and the person that will really just enjoy a 30-minute video in and done, and they're on their way. So sometimes when we're talking to someone and they kind of are more direct, they're to the point, they're kind of, you're asking them questions and they're like, I really just want to know what coaching is. Don't put them in a sneak peek group. They don't have 3 days to sit around.
Don't make them wait till the next time you have a sneak peek.
Yeah, don't make people wait for a sneak peek. That's a really great point, Jenni, because when we do not have a sneak peek going, now Jenni and I were both coaches before sneak peeks were in the game. You guys, a lot of you guys are newer and have been a coach since we've had sneak peeks. And the difference is we were used to running things on our own before then. I remember our first sneak peek, it was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Like, people talking about the coaching opportunity is insane. It's crazy. But we were used to presenting people with the business opportunity on the fly. And I feel like the sneak peeks, sometimes we forget that that's still an option, right, guys? You should not make people wait to hear about the coaching opportunity until a sneak peek comes up. The sneak peek is designed to help us step outside of our comfort zone and to invite people that we would have hesitated maybe because of our own little fears or our own little setbacks. But sometimes we need to send people a what is coaching video, and Andrea has a fantastic one. If you go onto YouTube and you type in Andrea Crowder 3-year income, you'll find her what is coaching that is about 30 minutes long, and it's fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic, and it gives them 30 minutes. And what I do when I tell them that, I say, I have this video that my mentor did. It's about 30 minutes long, and it's loaded with great information. Would you like me to send you the link? And that's exactly how I word it, guys, because I want to prepare them that it's a little bit longer, because we're in this age of like this, 20-second mentality, 15-second mentality. If it's not short, people don't want to see it. So I warn them ahead of time that it's long, but I don't say like, I know it's long. I know
you actually make it sound short. Like, I've got this 30-minute video, like this quick 30-minute video.
Yeah, and it's loaded with great information. So I make sure that they know that if they're patient and they sit through it, that it's going to be fantastic. They're going to get so much information out of it. And honestly, if someone can't sit through a 30-minute video about what is coaching, they're probably not going to want to sit through all the training videos, and they're probably not the right fit for this business, honestly. Or maybe at this point in their journey, they're not. It's a not right now. So you wanted to say something, Jenni. I want you to be able to add to it if you want to.
No, I wanted to say that I actually implore you guys to create your own what is coaching.
Yes.
I really do, you guys. Let's be real, okay? I just did my own Tuesday.
You did today.
Yes. And the only reason I took so long is because the one that she's talking about of Andrea's is so flipping good that I didn't feel like I needed to do my own. But I'll tell you what, I've sent it to 3 people since I created mine, and they're like, you are so awesome. Like, you really delivered that information. Da, da, da. They haven't signed up yet, but I have full hopes that they are going to. I mean, you guys, we have the slides for them. You don't have to create your own content. Only thing that you have to do is you need to put in like your own results, and you need to talk a little about your own story before you get to those slides. And I actually took all the slides because they were on an ugly background, and I put them on the cute misFIT Republic background. And I have results pictures of misFITspiration people on there. So I can upload that file into the thing, and you guys can use those. And I really implore you guys, I think that you guys should all create your own. You might stumble through your words, but everything you need to say is right there for you. You're literally reading the cue cards of the
slides, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did my own last year.
Lorelei's is really good. So I would go back and forth between Andrew's and Lorelei's. If it was from my cold network, I almost always did Andrea's because of growth, and you don't know what their what, if they were drawn to the income or whatever, after talking to them. And then, but if it was somebody I knew that was very, sentimental and emotional in a good way, then I would send them Lorelei's, in which we actually, they're in our file section. So
yeah. I was nervous about creating my own, but once the PowerPoint goes up and your face is taken off the screen, I literally just let my heart speak from the bullet points on the screen, and it was so much easier. Guys, literally, I sweated it out for 2 days and had to slap myself in the face a few times to get myself to hit record and get started. It was crazy, but I did it. And now every time I send it to someone, they connect with me, and I'm going to be their coach, so that works. But so what we're saying is sometimes people are the right fit for the 30-minute What is Coaching video. Maybe they're a busy mom. Maybe they have 1,800 kids at home and they don't have 3 days to do the community building things, and you think that they're already someone that is likely to sign up. Send them a 30-minute What is Coaching. Just send them that, and then when they agree, add them to the group. But say there's someone that's more on the fence. They're not sure if it's the right fit for them. Maybe they strike you as someone that is a little bit cautious about the groups that they're in. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they have fears, okay? Maybe they have fears about being around other people. Add them to our group, because if you guys follow all the steps we just told you, they're going to see that we're a safe place. And that's really what we want them to see, is that we're a safe place. They're the right person to put into the sneak peek group. So that's my really long, drawn-out way of decide who is a good fit for a 30-minute video and who's a good fit for the sneak peek. Don't ever make people wait for the sneak peek. If there's not a sneak peek started,
find a What is Coaching.
Send them a What is Coaching. Yours, Andrea's, Jenni's, mine. You have lots of resources. You'll be able to get your spidey senses going to see who they'll relate to most and send them. I know. I was going to say I'm with Batman girl over here and I'm saying spidey senses, but you could say it. Batman.
Batman. I am Batman.
I am Batman. That's Jenni's catchphrase is I am Batman.
I am Batman. It didn't even pick me up for speaker mode. That's how Batman I was. I am Batman. It picks up your laugh, but it doesn't pick up me saying, I am Batman.
Well, I have a loud laugh, so that's why.
And I'm secret Batman, so.
There we go.
I think the favorite Batman thing is I'm not saying I'm Batman. I'm just saying you've never seen me and Batman in the same room.
I love it. Okay, so we have some action steps for you guys moving forward.
Yeah, back on track. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, first action step. Update your 100 people that you would love to work with. Work with in all. Go through your friends list. I mean, there are tutorials. If you guys don't know how to make your list of 100, contact one of us leaders. I'm not going to waste your time on the call going over that again for a lot of you guys. Set goals for inviting. Guys, I love this. Every time I talk with my personal coaches, every week, we set goals for the week. So set a goal. How many people would you like to invite to the sneak peek? And you're going to set 2. First is totally possible. I can do that 100%. So my first goal is going to be I'm going to invite 15 people to the sneak peek. So that's my first goal. My second goal is my OMG, I just did that goal. Okay, so your second goal, maybe my second goal is 50 people I'm going to add to the sneak peek. So what I like to do about that is when we work towards a goal, once we hit it, sometimes we're like, done, did it, mastered it. But if we set 2 levels, how am I feeling today? Do I want to be base level or do I want to be rock star status? I guarantee you, once you hit that 15 people, you know that other tier is waiting for you. It's kind of like video games, guys. People are always fighting for the next tier. I always want to hit rock star status, so I'll always fight for my second goal. But say it doesn't happen, I will feel so happy that I hit the main goal I set for myself. Right, guys? So what I want you guys to do is set your goals for how many people you would like to invite to the sneak peek. That's going to be different for everybody. It depends on what your lifestyle is, how busy you are, how driven you are, how much top 10 of Beachbody screams to you, or maybe how much debt your family is in and you so desperately want to pull them out. Your life situation and your time is really going to change your goal. So when we post this video, when we're going to post the recording, I want you to comment below what your goals are for inviting to the sneak peek. Include what you expect yourself to do and what your OMG goal is. And then tag your coach, tag your personally sponsored coach to let them know what your goals are below.
Yes. So then also for my closing, so now you have your action steps. I wanted to reiterate that you shouldn't have any problem reaching those two goals, reaching your own OMG goal. If you, again, reiterating, if you believe in what we do and you believe in what we're offering to people, if you genuinely believe those things, then there should be no reason for you. We're not saying get those numbers into the sneak peek. We're saying invite them. We're saying go for no. We're saying put your heart out there. Let people know why you think they'd be good at this. Let them know that you are thinking of them for this. You know, that is when we're approaching a sneak peek, the best thing that you can do is you want to, this is how I have tried to approach it from the beginning. If I know a sneak peek is starting, I will spend maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever, reaching out to people individually. And sometimes in my script, I'll even say, I wanted to invite you individually before I post about it. Do you see that different, what happens right there? So instead of posting about it, and then you start writing people like, oh, maybe they didn't see my post, I'm going to write them. You spend a couple of days individually reaching out to people. You'd be good at this because I want to offer this to you because I want you on my team because. And you say within that, I wanted to personally invite you before I just opened it up to everybody. It tells them you're more important than the majority of my network. So if you believe in what we're doing and you believe in our products and you believe that this can impact somebody's life in a positive way, which it hopefully has done for you, then stop those blocks and just go out and invite. We always say like invite, invite, invite. And I know that makes it sound like it's not genuine, but every single part of that is genuine. And, you know, just those little flips in the script and things like that, you know, letting people know that you're thinking of them as opposed to everybody else. That is what's going to make people see it as that compliment that we talked about earlier, as opposed to, you know, you writing and saying, join my team because my husband doesn't think I'll be successful, you know, like that girl did to me. So, if you guys are not in our Emerald Push group, our sneak peek for the Emerald Push group actually starts tomorrow. And so that actually means that you should have seen that when Holly talked about the homework. And so that is a sneak peek that we are kind of referring to right now. You know, obviously we have other sneak peeks that'll be in the future. So this is good content to use for when we go forward. But so we do have a sneak peek starting Monday. So some of you guys will be seeing this on Monday, and some of you guys are seeing it tonight while we're recording it live. So you've got some time this evening and tomorrow to invite people to that sneak peek. Even if you aren't in the Emerald Push group, then you are still welcome to invite people to that sneak peek. Absolutely. So we'll make sure that we get that link to you guys. Do you have anything else to say in closing, Lorelei?
I was just going to say, sometimes when I feel like I have a short deadline to hit, I am more likely to step outside my comfort zone in order to hit those goals. Guys, when we first started this whole sneak peek experience, do you remember, Jenni? Like, Andrea's like, you know what? I'm going to do this sneak peek thing I keep hearing about. And we're like, oh, crap. And we're like inviting everyone we can think of because it's such an incredible opportunity, right? And that's the energy we should be bringing to every single one of these. This shouldn't be like, it's another sneak peek. Do I want to participate? It should be like, this is an opportunity to let other people do kind of like the selling part for me. Say you're not comfortable with the selling part, put them in the sneak peek or send them the video. It does the selling part. You don't have to feel icky or anything like that, even if you were, which you shouldn't, because we're changing lives here, people. There's nothing icky about that. But it's your opportunity to let us do the speaking for you. If you've read GoPro by Eric Worre at all, one of the things he talks about is just getting people in front of the video, getting people in front of the experience. And that's what you're doing. So set yourself up with a goal. If it's smaller than mine, that's okay. If it's larger than mine, that's okay. Your goal is going to be very specific to who you are and what your needs are with this business. So sorry, that's fine.
No, absolutely. And then, you might have one sneak peek, and then, sometimes we do big team sneak peeks, or we right now have the Emerald Push sneak peek. And then, coming up after, it might do, you might have a smaller team sneak peek. Well, between those two times, you should be growing your network. So there's always new people to invite. And there's also, like we said, the cold network marketing, posting ads, using your business page, or using those pages that use that open it up to networking. So things like that. There's always people to invite. So just take advantage of those and really just believe in what we do. And if you don't, for whatever reason, if you don't believe in what we do and you have doubts, contact somebody. Let's talk through those doubts. Let's break down those walls, break down those barriers, and get it to the point where inviting somebody, and then when you invite somebody and they don't get it, you're basically just like, you're dumb. Right? Like, you're dumb. That's it. You're dumb.
How about
That's how I want
you're not ready?
No, I want to end the call with you're dumb. No, but if you believe in what we do, and I hope you guys all do, then we shouldn't have problems inviting. And we really are, showing this amazing opportunity. And that's what a sneak peek is all about.
Yeah.
So,
enjoy.
I guess we'll end it on that happy note instead of you're dumb.
Okay. You want to say it one more time and then I'll hit stop recording?
Can I really say it one more time? Yeah. You're dumb. If you don't like a sneak peek and you don't want to be a misfit, you're dumb.